Hey, what's up everyone and welcome back to the third and final part of Heroes Arena. This is the tower I actually did second, but it's in chronological orders for like purposes. I'm gonna show off my gear sets and look very closely because there are some pieces that are out of order. Escanor is missing one piece. For Arthur, I slotted in two. And I'm using Jillian instead of Levi this week to see if it was actually better for my runs. That was recommended to me by Gura, but I'm trying her out instead of Levi. Last week I used Levi. I ended up using two teams to clear the tower. I just tried it this week because it's something new. You never know, maybe I one-shot the tower. The reason being I wasn't able to one-shot it last week with the Levi comp was yet again my gears. So, and come to see, it ended up being pretty much the same for this team. Like my gear sets, it's making me fall a bit short because having Arthur die in certain places or just not like proccing his heal when he should be is kind of annoying. The RNG with this team can be fairly reasonable. The only thing is like Tyr's way in the back lines. Like his team is way down the line, so it's gonna take a while to actually get to him. And if you get like some unfortunate RNG like yes I did in this run, you will end up having to maybe two team. You can get this done entirely with just the human team. That being said, if RNG is now on your side and Tyr's battle, things can obviously go wrong. RNG is a huge factor in this. But for the most part, you are going to be playing it way slower, right? Because this team, you don't really have like a healing unit or anything. So it's all going to be based on your lifesteal and your recovery. So you're going to like take out a strong unit, chip down the team, and then hopefully get your ults by then to lifesteal it all back before going through to the next team on bet on like at least almost topped up HP, so you survive the first turn waves. And that's for the most part gonna be your playstyle. Escanor is gonna be just stomping through most of the units we're gonna be fighting, so that is a nice thing. And this Arthur actually has decent lifesteal, so you don't have to worry too much about him like not being able to fully heal up at times. Jillian, you would think with her not having UR gear on this team, she would be terrible. But no, her passives and stuff, actually, most of the time, she is like full HP constantly just because of it. Which is pretty nice, so you don't really need to worry about her like dying off on some random stuff. And yes, I am running crit defense on her because the crit resist side on her does not really work to, let's say, to the maximum potential. Like you can see we just got ulted there and Jillian's health is already full. She didn't do nothing. The recovery is kind of insane on her. And she's enabling my team to have, well, my green units to basically have 30% more HP, so Arthur is quite a bit more tanky. I think the unit that I have to like get HP most of the time for is going to be Bon. But that's not really much of a problem as his lifesteal is pretty decent. As long as you can get like a decent amount of cards for him, you should be fine. This is how I'm basically going to be trying to play most of these stages. Like, you try to kill off a unit. If you can't, you just survive you survive and try to take your units one by one until you have enough. You have them at like a comfortable place where you can heal back up to continue on. That's basic premise of this entire tower fight with humans. Right off the bat here, this is something that's also a limit on my team's gear. For one, Escanor is missing UR gear on one of his top pieces because I had to slot it in so I can get like perfect crit resist gear on him. And so this is what happens most of the times for me. I end up not killing when I should be. Like that right there should be a guaranteed kill. But because the gear is not perfect, we fail to kill, and that's something I have to deal with for quite a bit. Like throughout these runs, it happened multiple times. He failed to kill like on 1 HP. Other cars that should be getting used on other units is getting really held back. It's just DPS for some other unit basically that I'm gonna be missing out on, and it's gonna be keeping back my team's kill time. And if I see the enemy team getting closer to like their ults, what I would most likely do is try and make sure I have my Esconar ult just in case, because you do not want to get ulted by ult that you know is gonna wipe you. For one, Mael's ult is insane. Okay, so you do not want to get ulted by that, so you need to get rid of him. And Esconar's ult is like a fantastic way just to proc that very easily and just get rid of him. And for the most part, if you're getting RNG like I am, at times you can have a hand full of Jillian cards. And trust me, it's not a fun time when that happens. So yes, that's something that could happen. Also, if you're getting spammed with Arthur cards, play it slower and just remove ults as much as you can while pushing someone else's ult. Just keep it rolling.
Time I start to slip away, and I surrender, there's no more falling down, I've hit the ground, so I surrender.
Yeah, like right there. If I had Escanor's thing, he would be one-shotting Ludo. That should be easy. But no, so well, I might have to like remedy that for the next week runs. So maybe it actually one-shots when it should. Because lacking that slight DPS can cost you. Right here, I'm probably more grateful for it not killing because I get a chance to like heal my Bond up. But in other situations, you really want to kill units as fast as possible. You don't want to be like sticking around too much, especially when you're using this team. You want to get out every single DPS as fast as possible. You just kill their DPSs as fast as possible, and if Esconar needs his max gear potential, it's gonna suck if you have your Esconar like me, where he is missing a UR piece. Now this team can get annoying because the first person you're gonna kill is not Rimuru, and trust me, infects are annoying because this man, every round he can pull one and he's gonna use it every single time he has a chance. Like I did a run, he literally infected me 3 times in a row. My units were basically dead at that point, and I couldn't really go through because my units had no HP, so we just would die turn 1 on the next team. So it really depends on card RNG as well. So yeah, we're gonna be killing Ghislaine. After I kill Ghislaine, it's gonna be Rimuru or anyone who has ults. Here, Roxy ended up getting her ult, so I'm probably gonna push just to kill her. And yeah, then we eliminate Rimuru from life because he's infecting us, and we'll have like one Nanashi just to heal up until max and move on to the next stage. Basically, pretty simple concepts. These bond cards here, was actually expecting it to kill, but the amount of crits he missed left Nanashi alive. Because whether he lived or died there, it was like pretty much max HP, so it didn't really matter. This is where things really changed. Tier. Him being this far into the tower is probably why I didn't reset. Like, I could reset for better RNG on this, but I just straight up think it's not worth it. So all we're gonna do is just break the team and run in with like a secondary team. The unit to die was not Levi, it was Arthur, but that was through some bullshit and they getting like random level 2 units. So yeah. I probably could have like reset it and just ran it back with like Levi, or just tried it back over to see if RNGs like treat me different. But the thing is, having to go through all these extra teams, bro, is not worth it. So I decided, you know what, we'll just break this team. Hopefully we break the next team and it's GG's anyways. Because once you get rid of tier on this team, they can't really wipe you. Eskener and Bond, they have good enough lifesteal and they have the DPS to kill anyone here in 2 shots. Normally I wouldn't really want to leave the end last, but he has the Tarmiel recovery set on, so you gotta like put in so many extra attacks just to kill her. Which in itself kind of worked out for me because I could like lifesteal off of her for quite a bit. So this unknown team, something unfortunate actually happened here. This is one reason why I'm saying my gear is like a huge factor in this. Because in this specific run here, it shows so much. Like, we've been hitting units and leaving them one shot quite a few times, right? And you're not gonna believe this, it happens again. And that's a crit, and we failed to kill. Also, yeah, with my UR gear, I have like 300 and something more attacks. So yes, it definitely would kill her. It's just unfortunate that I don't have like a perfect set for him. Like using this human team as a main tower clearer is pretty nice. Purgatory Bond Suicide Squad. And I just run crit defense on all of them just because I'm putting gear on Liz, so we tank 2 hits. But we tank 1 hit and she dies in the second. So we should be like full HP after the second hit, which is probably going to be Philo because it's going to go Ekana into Philo. I actually did tower this week in 5 teams, which for me, I didn't really mind at all. Because like I tried my best to have fun while doing this week. I didn't want to make it like a chore because I already know my brain's gonna overheat if I try to constantly like spam these out. So I didn't really want to constantly do that. So I just left it at like 2 team clears for 2 towers. So yet again, what I said from the beginning was not false. Have fun with these runs and hopefully it's not too much of a pain. This is basically how I cleared my towers. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one.